Okay guys, this is Juno Ocean Walk, a mobile home and RV community. I've done videos from here before, but I figured I'd do another one just to give you an update here in 2023. So when I first started to do videos in this community, the RV lots, which again, there's mobile homes and then there's empty RV lots like we're looking at here. The cheapest ones when I first started looking at this community 5-6 years ago were around $100,000. Now the mobile homes in here, some of them are $500,000. The mobile home and the lot, you own the land. It's like a condominium association almost. And the cheapest RV lot currently in this community is like $300,000. So, you know, is that worth it? Well, you're in Palm Beach County, you own the land. The HOA fee is about $300 a month. And some of the RV lots, you have a lake view, like we're going to pull in here. So is that worth it? Yes. Why? Because you're a block away from the beach. You're in Palm Beach County, you own the land. And even though that is extremely a high price for just a parking space, look at real estate in Jupiter, Florida and Palm Beach County. It could be damn hard, excuse my language, to find something where you can live legally in your RV, where you own the land, and where you're a block away from the beach. Almost impossible. So now the mobile homes being $500,000, wow. You know, again, you know, it's just like, it's a house, pretty much. You own the land. So in Palm Beach County. And it's a high-end area, and that's the location. It's a very tight community. Lots are very tight. Now, a lot of these RV communities, there's not many. A lot of them, the lots have turned into single-family homes. This one, not so much, because it's on a grade. A lot of the lots are not level, and they're not that big, but they have slowly put a lot more module and mobile homes on them. There's a lower and lower percentage of lots that are just RV lots. But again, even the raw RV lot is $300,000. As I make this, 6 years ago it was $100,000. 2 years ago it was $200,000. So I could see, you know, probably in 5 years be $500,000 just for the lot. Two, you know, there's a rental program. I think the community does take a cut of the rental. You have to go through the office. You know, I've dealt with the office before a little bit. You know, the regime here is a little tight depending, you know, but I don't know them too well, so I don't want to make a hasty generalization. But, you know, it's, you know, every community has its pro and its con. But the bottom line is, it's a beautiful area. You're a block away from the beach, and you own the land, okay? And, you know, and you don't have to worry about condo insurance, right? Because, you know, you can put liability insurance on this lot. You can, you know, excuse me, we're right into the sun, but this is a lake view. Now, this area here, the beach section, it did flood. There was a year it really flooded, and I'm sure if there's high rains, it will flood. But again, that's why, too, a lot of these ones on this lake here, they do just keep them as RV lots. And that's the benefit, right? Like, you know, instead of paying outrageous hurricane insurance, just have an RV lot. RV insurance is just like car insurance, same cost pretty much, and you can move the RV too if you want. Or, you know, you could build a mobile home and no matter what and put insurance on that. You know, a lot of the people who've done that are very wealthy. You know, a lot of seasonal residents, but you see there's a lot of full-time residents because as I make this, we're in September. So would I recommend Juno Walk? Yeah, I mean, as far as for the location. Now, as far as for the price, you know, it's a tough call, man. You know, $300,000, a lot of money. I think you can get some local financing on the raw RV lot, even the mobile home, but higher interest rates, shorter term. It's not a standard 30-year fixed. And, you know, if you have a mobile home on it, you got to have insurance if you get a loan. So it's either all cash or an abnormal loan. So, you know, but that's what keeps foreclosure rates down, right? Because, you know, a lot of those buyers are for cash. So, you know, when you buy a property cash, that's what a lot of people don't understand with the housing issue. Like, you know, in 2006 and 2008, that whole housing crash, a lot of people had adjustable rate mortgages. Nowadays, 20 to 30% of transactions are all cash. What does that mean? Well, how are you going to get foreclosed on if you bought the house cash? I mean, yeah, you got to pay property taxes still, but I mean, guys, you know, that's not that big of a risk, you know, because when you buy all cash, yeah, it sucks that you're spending all that liquidity, but that also is going to keep the foreclosure rates forever down. You know, 20-30% of properties in America are bought all cash now. What does that mean? Well, that's 20 to 30% of properties that'll never probably see foreclosure. And another 60% of properties probably got a loan when mortgage rates were 3% or so. So, you know, I mean, that's not an adjustable rate. That's a fixed rate. So that's what people understand. I would say about 80% of society is probably, you know, not even in any danger of foreclosure, even if they start to lose equity in their property. And even if there was a major issue, you know, it takes years to get foreclosed on, you know. So, you know, I don't know. That's just where we're at as I make this video. But again, this is a higher end area. I figured I'd make a video for you. Hopefully you appreciate this. A shout out to everyone that lives in Juno Walk. Yeah, shout out to you. I know I've met some people online. And of course, I know some people in this area. But either way, guys, I hope you appreciate my videos. If you do, subscribe if you're not. Click the thumbs up, share the video, leave a positive comment. Remember, one of the biggest parts of my channel is living where you're inspired. Because that's a big part of retirement. What's retirement? Well, retirement is supposed to be now's your time for your best life. Well, one is, why do you have to wait to retirement to live where you want? Find out how to live where you want before you're retired. If you're working remote, if you can get a job transfer, sell before you buy so you don't overextend yourself. Don't buy before you sell, because that's how you have two properties. You ensure that you never retire and you stay up north longer. And you know, find maybe a non-conforming way, you know, buy an RV lot, you know. Of course, they're expensive ones we just looked at, but, you know, you gotta think a little bit creative. Remember, creativity. Remember, life is not just math. Life is math. You need to do the math on your budget, on the data, on every part. You know, I respect science. I respect math. You can't just go by your gut. But then there's a part of life that's not an exact science, meaning that you need creativity, you need an imagination, a vision, a way to get from point A to point B that can't be mapped out, you know, and that's a little bit of perseverance. You know, remember, creativity doesn't come in comfort. Creativity comes through adversity. Creativity comes through uncomfortable. If you're on a recliner, if you're on your couch, if you're sitting down in a comfortable chair with climate control, it's going to be very hard to create. It's going to be very hard to be innovative, creative, and to be passionate. Why? You're too damn comfortable. You're not going to figure out how to live your dream. You're going to figure out how to take a nap. And I learned that through my own life experience, man. You got to get a little intense, man. And even if that means going outside your climate control, going for a walk in the snow, in the wind, in the rain, I've done that. Practice what I preach. And figure out what you want out of life, man. And then be willing to go through the pain to get it, and the grace of God and help along the way. And if you fall, you get back up. Remember, aim for the moon even if you miss, you're amongst the stars. If you move to Florida, you don't like the area, move again. Why? Well, it sucks to have to move twice, but if you got to move 3 times, do it. Why? Well, live where you're inspired, you know, and not just where you settled. A lot of people, and I almost did this, you start to go from the Northeast or whatever, you travel south, you stop at South Carolina, you say, I'm going to stop here. Or you get to Florida, you stop in St. Augustine, you say, I'm going to stop here. Nah, South Florida, man. And that's perseverance. I remember almost turned around many times on my journey, and even now I check myself, am I where I need to be? There's always a revision, always a revision. You know, one thing I'd hate, you know, about work is you do a document, you do a project, and it's got to get revised. Whether you were construction or administration, there's never a job you do that you do it one time and there's no revision. And if it is, it's an exception. I don't care how carefully you plan. I don't care how much you measure. If you ever done a home project, just a regular project at home, you know you go to Home Depot several times. Why? There's many revisions to life. And what you realize is that it sucks to have to keep refining it. But that's life, you know. But that also is going to birth creativity, because that discomfort makes you push towards the end goal. If you're too comfortable initially, you know, it's tough, you know, because you're not going to have a fire under your ass. You know, you don't always want a fire under your ass. I've been there. That's how you burn yourself out. So there is a balance. But either way, I hope you enjoy my videos. I thank you for watching. I'll see you next one.